Grand Rising, everyone. Brandon here again. This past week I've been doing some coaching about how to leverage debt and how to let that debt work for you. Now, I did an older video on this. This video is just a little bit more detailed, and the link will be in the description. Now, I'm from a Jamaican background. If you're like me or is brought up like me, our family teaches us stay away from debt no matter what. Debt is bad, debt is evil. If you have debt, you're going to hell. That's how bad the Caribbean people think of debt. But what if I tell you that debt is one of the greatest things that can happen to you if you understand the power of it and how to leverage it? Now, there's a gentleman on the internet, mentioned him before, his name is Dave Ramsey. Amazing person, very intelligent man. I've learned a lot from him, respect him a lot. However, I do not agree with his stance on debt. Because his methodology is, I could never say that word, methodology of debt is that it is, you should just stay away from it completely, right? Cut up all your credit cards, this, that, and rightfully so, because the average person is very undisciplined. You give them a credit card with $10, $15, $20,000 on it, and they're going to run it up on nonsensical items, right? But using that money and letting that money create more money for you is brilliant. I've shown examples of how I borrowed money from credit cards and turned $10,000 into $30,000 in profit within 90 days. How I've leveraged equity from my real estate and flip that into great amounts of money in a short period of time. So if you know what you're doing, that is a great thing. So in this video, I'm going to break down just some examples of how you can use the debt and leverage it. Now, if you're stopping by to this channel for the first time, all I'm going to ask you to do is this: like, share, subscribe, comment, etc., etc. Now, this is just a general statement. Right? So don't look at these numbers as intimidating. Eventually you will get there. It's just, it's just a general thing that I'm doing here. Now, we're going to use a personal loan as an example. Now, getting a personal loan, it depends, right, on the amount you can get. For example, your line of credit, debt to income ratio, inquiries, age of credit, just a whole bunch of stuff, right? But just assume that you have very good credit. You borrow $100,000, right? Bank gives you $100,000. Now, you have this 100 grand. Your monthly payments are, let's say, $1,700 a month for 5 years, right? So you're roughly paying about $20,400 a year on the principal balance of that debt. So $100,000 loan, your payments are $1,700 a month, which equals to $20,400 a year. For the sake of conversation, let's just say $20,000. Now, if you take that $100,000 and put it into an S&P 500 fund, you may get anywhere from 8 to 10%, right? So at the end of the year, you're looking at about $8,000 to $10,000, which is bad because you're under. Now, for those who are in my program, people who work with me know this very well. My investments make anywhere from 25 to 39% a year. Consistently, I've been doing that for the last 5-6 years, even when the market was down. If you want to learn how to do that, feel free to reach out. Now, say you have this $100,000, and we're going to lowball it to, say, 25%. Now, your loan payment, 30%. Your loan payments are $1,700 a month, which is 20 grand. A year, all right? Now, we're investing, following my principles, you're making about $3,000 a month. And that is just being very, what's the word I'm looking for? You get the point. I have a brain for it. I'm being very conservative. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm being very conservative. All right, so you're making, not even 3,000. Yeah, so you're making $3,000 a month. That's $36,000 for the year, right? But your loan payments are 20 grand. Right? Now, from this $3,000 that you're getting, we're taking out the $2,000 that you have to pay every month. So $2,000 is coming out of that loan and paying back the bank that you borrowed the money from, which leaves you with $1,000. So you have $1,000 left over. And we're doing this for 12 months. Now, $1,000 times 12, you are going to have $12,000 left over. Now, say that you were paying the $1,700 a month onto the loan, right? That's 20 grand. You now got rid of $20,000 worth of loan payment, which means you only have $80,000 to pay back. So you take your $100,000 and you throw it all, you take your $100,000, but you're only taking out $80,000 because you paid $20,000 already, and you throw it at that debt. Eliminates that debt completely. Now you have $20,000 left over. $20,000 plus the $12,000 that you have, that is $32,000. So in 1 year, you made 32% on money that you borrowed that you're not even coming out of your pocket or your paycheck to pay for. The investment is paying for the loan plus some. So you made 32%. Now going into year 2, and we're not factoring taxes here for those who are thinking that. Now, the way the bank works is this. When you pay off debts and loans early, they're looking at you like, my God, we want to put this person in more debt. So now they're trying to build a relationship because they may take the chains off, but they enslave people through debt, mortgages, car payments, credit cards, etc., etc. I could go on and on. But you don't fall for that trick. You wait for 2 to 3 months, right? That's what I usually do. Let things report on my credit, and then I go after the debt again. This time the bank is going to give me even more money because they're like, wow, he's responsible. We also want to make money off of him, but let's see how long we could keep him in this debt. So this time I'm getting $150,000. This time I'm making $4,000 a month. My loan payments may be $2,500 a month, but I'm paying $1,500. So now I have an excess of $18,000 left over. I have $18,000 left over. I've paid off 30 grand worth of loan. Now I go to dissolve that. I now have 30 grand plus 18,000. That is $48,000 in year 2 that I've made. Year 1, 30 grand. Year 2, 48,000. 48,000 plus 30 grand is 78,000. Pay the loan off again, and you keep repeating the process over and over. I personally do it every 2 years instead of paying my loan off 1 year because that is when the inquiries fall off your credit. When the inquiries fall off, your credit score is much more attractive on paper, and you could get more money at an even cheaper rate. I've seen people taking out $100,000 loans for like $950 and change because their credit is so superb. So that's how we use debt to leverage and keep the ball rolling and just keep creating more money. And in 5 years, you blink, you could easily have $300,000-$400,000 sitting in your bank account and you are debt free. At that point, you have options. You could even just invest that money yourself, live off the cash flow, or use it to do whatever you want. So this is basically how I use debt throughout my whole professional career to create wealth. And it's something that anyone could do. If you need more help with this, more detail, feel free to reach out. So guys, this is my video for today. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Thank you. Take care.